Alright everyone, welcome back to another King of the Hill brought to us by SE2C.com. We are up to Moonglade versus prorenson. So both these guys, powerhouses in the SEA community. It is going to be Delta Quadrant PVZ. So, straight up, to both in top positions too. This will unfortunately make this Zelnaga Tower next to a useless. Awesome. So, we are going to have Moonglade spawning as the purple Zerg up at the 10 o'clock position here. We are also going to see Renson as the red Protoss at the 2 o'clock. So, a little bit of background of both these players. Moonglade, no stranger in the SCA community, has been at the top of pretty much every tournament he's played ever since StarCraft 2 in the beta and recently with release. An old school StarCraft 1 game, I think he got B+ on IC Cup, and then went on to play Warcraft 3, which he was really successful, went to multiple WCGs, and was fairly successful with all of those in the international tournaments as well. So that's a good up for him. On the other hand, we have Renson. Pretty much, he's known around the SEA community, but hasn't made much of a name for himself recently. I haven't seen many games from him in the recent tournaments. I'm pretty sure he just came off a hiatus of playing. But both these players, I'm pretty sure, do play extensively on the US server at this point in time. A lot of the top SEA guys have moved to the US server just for the better competition. Once you get to that high of a caliber on the SEA, you're really playing the same 20 to 30 people over and over again. And you don't get that diversity that you do on the US servers. On the other hand, Moonglade has actually been practicing on the Korean server and got, I think, 70-somethings on their top 200 a couple of weeks ago, which is no small feat. So definitely big props to him. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what kind of style we're going to see from Renson here, but I do know we're going to see a massive macro game coming in from Glade. He does like to sit back, likes to drone as much as possible, and just react to whatever the Protoss throws at him. And he's extremely competent at doing any kind of scouting, as we do have that Overlord just having a little high to this entire base. The drone is probably going to go over here and start... Oh, straight for the gas deal. Doesn't even care about keeping the drone alive. Does not want Renson to be able to do any kind of fast tech. Keep him on that one gas as long as possible. As the Cybernetics core goes down, the Overlord wants to get over out of the way, because he will want to keep that for about the 7 to 8 minute mark to do a little sack to see what kind of tech structures are coming. No expansion coming from Moonglade either, so he's gone for the safe 14-13 hatch, 14-13 spawning pool extractor build here. Does not want to risk any kind of early aggression, as it has been seen in especially TVZ, that early aggression, people are starting to figure out the game more, notice the timings, and really able to punish a lot more Zergs with their 15 hatch builds. As Moonglade looks like he's about to go, and there we go, we're going to see a hatchery as soon as he gets the money. There it is, so he's going to have that expansion. Unfortunately, it is close positions. Like, there's very, very short rust distance between these two things. Like, it's almost as short as steps of war. Like, that's how close it is. Like, I barely have to move my screen and we can go expansion to the ramp of Renson. So, definitely going to be keeping Glade on his toes. And, oh! A hidden gateway. So, we're going to have a 4-gate coming. Good job by Renson keeping these gateways hidden. And he is going to chase off this Overlord with the Stalker as well. If you have a look, Glade has only seen 2 gateways. And, oh my god. If he notices that pylon... Hopefully, not many Protoss will put a pylon straight there. They want to put them out more around here. So I hope to God that is a big tell for Moonglade. Otherwise, he could be in a lot of trouble. There is that Roach Warren going down for him as well. And the second Queen is already on its way to the expansion. So, ooh, this could be very, very dangerous. Warp Gate is done, as we do have the other gateways going down. So this could be extremely early pressure here for Renson. It could work out really, really well, because he has done a good job of hiding those gateways. The only thing I'm worried about is this pylon is a big giveaway. But it's alright, as the Roach Warren's almost done now. No Lings on the map. Oh my god, Moonglade really going to be on the back foot if he doesn't realize that there's going to be so many units being warped in. Lots of Zealots. If it is a Zealot-heavy army, that will favour Moonglade with those Roaches going to be popping out now. 4 Roaches on the way, so hopefully he does have some idea that this is coming. And the Ling at the bottom of the ramp is going to see 1 Zealot. Going to see 5 Zealots and a Stalker. That has to be a big warning sign for Moonglade. It's going to be hard to get that many units off those 2 gateways. More Zealots being warped in, and there's a Creep Tumor as well to help with the creep between his unit base and that. And we got more Lings, Roaches coming in everywhere. Just constant unit production coming from Moonglade. He has 19 probes. And oh, there we go. So he's going to see that many zealots. I would not be surprised to see him run up that ramp. And here we go. Roach is going to be kiting these zealots all the way. He does not want to let a lot of units be hit here. Another queen comes out. Oh my god, Moonglade micro your roaches, man. You don't want to get them to hit like that. And one queen does go down. More and more roaches are in the mix though, so they will be able to kite those zealots as well as they can. So it's going to come down to control here. And oh my god, a lot of the roaches being caught in between a lot of the zealots. More stalkers being warped in. The queen is going to take a lot of damage here, though. It is probably going to drop. There are more roaches on the way for Moonglade. Oh my god, people, stop lagging. You're pissing me off. Right in the middle of an intense moment. Jesus. Nirvana, if you're listening, this is why we don't have obs. Well, and we're back in the game as Hicks does go down. Unfortunately, that's going to really hurt these guys' timings here as they are feeling very confident. Moonglade needs to save that queen. He is going to go down though. Watson, lots of units coming in. No production at the moment for Renson. He's a lot of these zealots on such low health. 3 of them in the red, and there is a roach at the back now. More stalkers being coming from the back. Needs to stake these down. The stalkers are going to drop to these roaches, though, as all these zealots also get dropped. Constant unit production by Moonglade cleans it up very effectively. Close positions for Warpgate, and he holds it off with a great finesse. And it looks like, I'm pretty sure Renson does not know what he can do now, because he's trying to warp Chrono Boost all his warp gates to get as many units as possible, but there's just so many roaches now. It is 23 probes versus 18 drones, and Moonglade just on top of everything right now. So right now, Moonglade probably either going to take the advantage to just get a lot more units. He's pretty sure he knows that the only chance Renson has is to go for another push. There are lots. Here we go. So we got roaches and lings here. And if he gets a good surround on these stalkers, it's going to be good all over. And here we go. So Moonglade going for his surround on the stalkers, getting lots of damage in here. Pulls back towards on this creep. Does not want to go off creep. Wants to keep that speed advantage as the stalkers here. He does want to get that surround, but wants to try and keep the lings away from the roaches at the same time, constantly producing more and more units. We are at 59 supply to 53, so fairly even. Whoa, don't let that queen get sniped there, Moonglade. Nicely done. So both players just jockeying for position right now, and here we go. Looks like Moonglade is going to chase down. No, he's staying on the creep. Good choice by Moonglade. Just wants to keep on the creep as long as possible. Doesn't want to give up that advantage. And here we go. So we're going to get a lot of hits on that hatchery. And looks like, no, Moonglade does not want to get his lings anywhere near those zealots. And Renson pulling back. Wise choice by him. Hopefully he starts pumping a lot more probes right now as he does drop a forge. Wants to try and get some +1 upgrades for these units. And oh my god, Renson using his stalkers. Oh, does snipe that creep tuner, which is really good. But I don't know, I think Moonglade's army is a lot bigger now. 72, 52, and oh! Moonglade going rest around. Lings are stuck there in the middle of everything, doing a lot of damage to these stalkers. These roaches just going to town on everything. All the zealots are going to drop extremely quickly, and there is no chance that Moonglade is not going to fall to these army now, and Renson in a very bad way. He does forge, has finished now, but now we're looking at about 63 supply to 44. So Renson takes this opportunity to expand. Wants to keep up the pressure, but he's got to be careful not to lose all these units. Oh, Transfuse is going off on the roaches, and here come the stalkers yet again, doing a lot more damage to the expansion here. But really, even though Moonglade's not mining at this expansion, he's got that unit production, which is exactly what he needs. His main is a decently saturated. Cannon's going down for Renson as well, but I don't know. 27 probes to 18 drones. If he starts probing up, he could be okay. But Moonglade looks like he wants to be going on the offensive sometime soon. Getting 12 lings, so many lings. He will be able to just A-move this base shortly as Moonglade does. Oh no! The lings get caught out of position by the stalkers as the roaches go in to try and take out the main here. Roaches off creep a lot slower than the stalkers, so they will be able to kite relatively well, and that cannon going at work on it as well. Lings are going to be coming into the fray. If he can get a good surround on these stalkers, it's going to be good for Moonglade, but more zealots being walked in. Here come the lings as they do start to work on all these stalkers. There is a cannon at the front that's just finished as well, but that drops almost as soon as it came up. And oh no, it looks like Renson is just being cleaned up here by the forces of Moonglade. And there's a GG, so Moonglade will go on to our next game. Nicely done by Moonglade. Great defensive 4-gate.